The story begins in a very dangerous area of London, where people live in constant fear of crime. For years, a strange kind of gangster rule has existed there. In one of the flats in that area, we see Tom, who is playing games on his computer. Strange and scary noises are coming from outside, so he puts on his headphones so he doesn't have to hear anything. The next morning, Tom is walking through the street when he meets Danny. Danny gives him an MP3 player that Tom had asked for. At school, Tom's attention is not on his studies, but on Lucy. He has liked Lucy for a long time. After class, Lucy comes up to him and says, "Can you help me study some science? I'm having a lot of trouble with chemistry." Seeing Lucy suddenly in front of him, Tom is left stunned. Just then, Eugene comes there and starts teasing Tom, saying that he can't even talk properly to a girl. Lucy angrily tells Eugene to stop his nonsense. Then she turned back to Tom and says, "Meet me at Charlie's house so we can study together." Tom agrees and heads back home, where he lives with his grandmother. At home, Tom sits with his grandmother, Nasi. Nasi starts reading a small part of a novel she has written herself, but Tom doesn't like the book very much. Then he leaves the house to meet Lucy. Later, when Tom reaches Charlie's house, he sees a man lying unconscious. After a short while, a group of gangsters comes out of the room. They are recording a video of someone. Tom tries to run away in fear, but one of the gangsters shoots him. After that, everyone flees from the scene. 10 days later, Tom opens his eyes in the hospital. The doctor tells him that while he was running, his phone was near his head at that exact moment, and the bullet hit the phone. Because of this, some parts of the mobile phone entered his head, but luckily there was no major damage. The doctor tells him to inform them if he feels anything strange. Tom then asks about Lucy, whether she is okay. Nasi tells him that Lucy is fine and has already been discharged. While going home in a taxi, the driver keeps looking at Tom in a strange way, which annoys him a little. When Tom looks at the meter while walking, he feels something unusual. He faints again, and when he regains consciousness, he finds himself lying on his bed. In the morning, Nasi feels that Tom's injury looks a little better. She tells him to take Lucy to meet her as well. Tom takes some flowers and goes to Lucy's house. Lucy's brother Ben sees him and lets him inside. A conversation begins between Tom and Lucy. Tom apologizes, saying that when those people were attacking her, he ran away. Lucy replies that anyone in his place would have done the same. What could an unarmed person do alone against them? Still, Tom feels guilty for not being able to save Lucy. As Tom is leaving, he starts hearing the sounds of all electric devices. He can even hear people's phone calls. He begins to feel nauseous. While going home, he starts seeing a strange interface over every electronic device. Suddenly, he feels like vomiting again and faints. While unconscious, he suddenly sees Eugene's cell phone and realizes that one of the gangsters involved in the attack was Eugene. Tom tells Danny about this, but Danny doesn't believe him. At school, when Tom sees Eugene again, he can read the messages on Eugene's phone. Now he is completely sure that what he sensed was real. Eugene is talking about the same incident that happened to Lucy. Tom becomes very angry and decides to take revenge using his new powers. In his anger, he uses his power to break Eugene's phone. After this, Tom goes to a party at night with Danny. At the party, Tom sits on a sofa and observes everything. Sitting there, he looks into everyone's phones and figures out who was involved in attacking Lucy. After knowing everything, Tom becomes extremely angry and moves toward Eugene. A fight is about to break out between them, but Danny intervenes and takes Tom away from there. Later, Tom goes to Lucy's house to meet her. While they're talking outside, Tom sees Eugene and his gang going toward the basketball court. Seeing the gang, Lucy becomes very scared. Seeing his friend in this condition, Tom makes a plan for revenge. Using his mental powers, he sends a message to Eugene's phone from an unknown number saying, "I'm coming to teach you a lesson." The next morning, Tom starts following his enemies. They are going to meet an illegal dealer. While following them, Tom hacks Eugene's phone so he can hear their voices through the phone's microphone. Even after they leave that place, Tom doesn't leave them alone. He deliberately keeps interfering with the electrical devices in the gang's room, sometimes increasing the lights, sometimes playing music, so that the gang members start getting scared. Tom also sends Lucy a message from the same unknown number, saying that he will protect her from the people who hurt her. Lucy asks, "Who are you? Why are you helping me?" But Tom doesn't reply. One morning, All the students are called to the school auditorium for an announcement. Suddenly, Tom uses his powers to hack the presentation and leaks a private video of a gangster named Cash. Seeing the video, everyone starts laughing loudly, while Cash leaves the place in shame. Tom goes and tells Lucy about everything. Lucy wants to know who did all this. Tom moves forward to play songs on the radio. Just then, Lucy sends a message from behind to the same unknown number, asking, "You did all this, didn't you?" Tom can send messages using only his mind, so, while adjusting the radio, he keeps replying to the messages. Tom asks Lucy why she was attacked. Lucy explains that the gang wanted to force her brother to join them, and when he refused, they threatened to attack someone in his family. They found an opportunity and made Lucy their target. Then Lucy asks, "At least tell me who you are." Tom replies by writing, "You can call me iBoy." A few days later, Tom and Lucy are walking home at night when Eugene and his gang stop them. They all start making fun of Lucy and ask who is sending messages from that unknown number. To find out, Eugene grabs Tom and asks him to tell the truth, whether he is the one sending all those messages. Just then, suddenly, Tom uses his mind to control their phones and send a message. "Hey kid, you're grabbing the wrong guy." After reading this message, Eugene became confused about who this person was. Taking advantage of the moment, Tom and Lucy ran away from there. Seeing all this, Tom started thinking that these gangsters were not going to leave Lucy alone. He decided that he would definitely teach them a lesson. After this, Tom waited for a while. He already knew that Eugene and his gang were going to try to steal a car. As soon as they broke into the car and got inside, Tom used his powers to lock the car. All the boys became scared. Tom turned on the car radio and, changing his voice, started talking to them. He threatened them and said, "Tell me quickly, who is the leader of your gang?" But the boys refused to say anything. Then Tom used his power to make the engine rev uncontrollably on its own. Smoke started coming out, and slowly the car caught fire. Seeing the flames, a boy named Cash became terrified. He shouted, "The leader's name is Cuts. We're just school-going kids. Brother, please let us go." Hearing this, Tom unlocked the car, and all the gang members escaped just before it exploded. But Tom's revenge was only beginning. Now Tom used his powers to find Cut's full address. However, he didn't know that his close friend Danny was also a member of that gang. Cuts was sitting with some of his companions, watching TV. Suddenly, footage of his car appeared on the screen. Tom had broken into his car and urinated inside it. Seeing this, Cuts ran angrily toward his car. As soon as Cuts and his men left the flat, Tom entered the place and destroyed all the electronic devices inside. Along with that, he also took the drugs that Cuts had hidden there. When Cuts returned, he saw that his entire house was wrecked. On top of that, his stash was gone. This made him extremely angry. Meanwhile, Lucy told Tom that she would start going back to class from this week. She said she was feeling much better now. Then both of them started talking about iBoy, who was becoming famous for attacking gangs. Tom wanted to know what Lucy thought about him. Lucy said, "iBoy is just one person, and if you really want to improve the condition of this area, a lot more needs to be done. These small attacks won't change anything." Hearing this, Tom decided that he would eliminate crime from the area completely. He already knew who the criminals in his neighborhood were. He broke into their houses, planted drug packets there, and then gave exact information to the police about where to conduct raids and where they would find drugs. As a result, many drug dealers were arrested. On top of that, Tom also emptied all the money from these gangsters' bank accounts. He even uploaded videos of all this on the internet so that the gangsters would start fearing the name iBoy. During these police raids, Eugene and his gang were also arrested, and the people of the area started feeling a bit safer. Tom's powers were gradually increasing, and his behavior also began to change. Just by looking, he could shut down the lights of many parts of the city. He had become that powerful. A few days later, we see Cuts talking to his boss, Elman. Elman threatened him, saying, "You're not able to sell anything. You're causing me loss after loss. If you don't start making profits soon, you're dead." Tom used his powers to listen to the entire call and also learn the name of the gang leader. On the other hand, Cuts wanted to find out who iBoy really was and who was tipping off the police. He ordered his gang members to steal phones and all electronic devices from nearby flats. The gang members started looting everywhere. The next morning, Tom realized that people on the internet were abusing him, saying, "Because of you, we're getting robbed." He understood that the people of London were extremely troubled by these thefts and attacks, and all of this was happening to find him. Even his grandmother's belongings were stolen. So Tom decided to stop for some time. After a while, when the gang members felt that iBoy was no longer watching them, they started their illegal activities again. Now Tom was ready to attack once more. Tom had become very quiet, so Nasi felt that maybe he was getting involved in something wrong. She spoke to Danny and asked him to talk to his friend and keep an eye on him. At the same time, Kutz was walking toward his car, and iBoy was watching him from a distance. iBoy sent Lucy a message saying, "Today I will finish everything once and for all." But Lucy replied, "Don't do this. You could be in danger." She also said that taking the law into one's own hands is not right. Tom felt that her words made sense, but he still didn't give up. He tracked Kutz's car through his phone, but Kutz threw his phone into a dustbin. Because of this, Tom couldn't track him anymore. Just then, Tom suddenly heard the sound of a helicopter. A major accident had happened nearby, and a TV news helicopter was heading there. Tom hacked into the helicopter's camera, spotted Kutz's car, and followed it on his bicycle. Kutz went to a secret location where many containers were placed. There, he met some of his trusted men. They were planning how to deal with iBoy. Tom moved forward, hiding in the darkness. He saw a guard and used his powers to watch many videos about how to attack in such situations. Then he attacked in the same way and knocked the guard down. After that, he moved toward a crate filled with drugs. Tom reached the spot and set the entire stash on fire to cause even more loss to the drug dealers. But before he could escape, Kutz and his gang suddenly arrived and attacked him. While being beaten, Tom felt that his game was over. To save himself, he used nearby electronic devices to emit extremely low-frequency sound waves that pierced the gangsters' ears painfully. Unable to bear the pain, they collapsed unconscious. Kutz tried to fire a gun, but missed. Tom managed to escape. Although Tom got away, he was badly injured. On his way home, he crashed into a lamppost and collapsed unconscious. When he woke up the next morning, he found himself in an unfamiliar place, with no idea how he got there. At home, Lucy kept calling Tom because she wanted to go to school with him. She was still afraid to go alone, and Tom had promised her. But when Tom didn't answer the phone, she nervously went by herself. After the exam, when Lucy met Tom, she was very angry with him. Tom tried to explain that something went wrong the previous night, and he couldn't make it home, but Lucy refused to listen. Suddenly, they noticed everyone staring toward a building. When they turned around, they saw Cash's dead body. Tom was shaken. Later, Tom was standing on the rooftop talking to Danny. During the conversation, Tom asked who might have killed Cash. Danny bluntly replied that Cash died because of iBoy. He was the one who started all this. Yes, Cash was involved with the gang, but no one is completely evil. He couldn't handle the humiliation. Hearing this made Tom very sad. Like Danny, others were also divided into two groups. Those who believed iBoy was right, and those who thought he was wrong. Tom became deeply troubled and went to the doctor, asking him to remove the phone fragments lodged in his brain. But the doctor said it was extremely complicated and could even kill him. Disheartened, Tom left. That night, Tom heard knocking at his door. When he went to check, Kutz's men grabbed him. The gang's biggest boss, Elman, was with them. Nasi came out to protect her grandson, but Kutz struck her hard, knocking her unconscious. Elman ordered his men to take the grandmother into another room. Elman told Tom that he knew Tom was iBoy, and that there was only one way for him to stay alive: join him, and his life would change. Tom refused. Elman didn't like hearing no, and his men knocked Tom to the ground. Then Elman told him to track Lucy. Using his powers, Tom did so, and realized that Eugene and his gang had kidnapped her. Elman had used his influence to get them released from jail. Tom understood that if he didn't agree, Lucy would be killed. Elman also revealed that it was Tom's own friend Danny who had told him everything, in exchange for money. Elman humiliated Danny by throwing money at him and ordering him to leave. Then he told Tom to refill his bank account the same way he had drained Kutz, or Lucy would die. Tom began transferring the money slowly, but at the same time, he secretly used his powers to call the police through Lucy's phone. At the warehouse, Eugene and his men had their guns ready. If Tom disobeyed their boss, they would kill Lucy. Lucy screamed at them, saying they had grown up playing together. How could they sink this low? Eugene grew angry at her words. Just then, the police arrived. The gang smashed the phone and quickly hid Lucy elsewhere. She tried to scream, but her mouth was covered, so the police couldn't hear her. The moment the phone was destroyed, Tom felt a shock through his body. Elman grew suspicious and immediately headed toward the warehouse with Tom. While escaping the police, Eugene dropped his gun. Lucy seized the chance, picked it up, and forced the three gangsters to kneel. But she wasn't like them. She couldn't pull the trigger. As she tried to escape, Elman arrived with his men. Frightened, Lucy was attacked from behind by Eugene, who snatched the gun. One of the men struck Tom on the head with a gun, regaining control. Elman ordered Tom to finish the transfer, but Tom said enough. He focused his powers on everyone's phones. Elman sensed danger and threw his phone away, but the others didn't have time. Their phones exploded in their pockets, seriously injuring them. Eugene was distracted, and Lucy suddenly attacked him. During the chaos, Elman escaped outside. Tom followed him, but Elman struck him from behind with an iron rod and brutally beat him. Tom tried to use his piercing sound power again, but Elman smashed his head into Tom's, knocking him unconscious. Elman raised the rod to kill him. At that moment, Lucy arrived and fired a warning shot into the air, screaming at Elman to stay away from Tom. Elman advanced anyway. Lucy realized her gun had jammed and panicked. Before Elman could reach her, a shot rang out, hitting his hand. Furious, Elman snatched the gun from Lucy, punched her, and knocked her unconscious. Just then, Tom regained consciousness. Seeing Lucy injured, rage flooded him. Elman lifted the iron rod and moved toward Tom. With a powerful scream, an overwhelming force burst from Tom, instantly destroying Elman. Using so much power drained Tom, and he collapsed unconscious. When Tom woke up, he found himself in a hospital bed beside his grandmother. Nasi was overjoyed that he was okay. They ate together and returned home. Near the house, Tom met Danny, who apologized sincerely and said he didn't want Elman's money. He didn't want money earned the wrong way. Tom replied that he had caught all the gang members who attacked Lucy, but had never thought about who was filming everything. Danny fell silent. Tom told him to change while there was still time. In the end, Tom and Lucy met on the rooftop. Tom had arranged a small romantic dinner there. They kissed, happy that they had defeated London's biggest criminal boss. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.